Hello and welcome to the Government Channel. I'm Shrivers here on Richland Avenue, where there's a crosswalk that has caused some concern for Ohio University and the city of Athens. Today, in Ohio University's Grover Center, officials from the city and Ohio University met with the public to discuss some improvements. After the meeting, we spoke with the mayor and city engineer, Andy Stone.
We were really pleased with the open house. We held it there in Grover Center, so we had a lot of foot traffic of people who were just walking through and saw the signs and stopped to see what the open house was about. We also had folks who had received the notice that we were holding the open house and came intentionally to learn more about the project. So we were happy with the showing. Hopefully we'll have quite a few more people that access the survey online and look at the material online so that we do get a robust cross-section of the public to provide their feedback and opinion on the project.
I think it was fairly well attended, and I think strategically to have it sitting there in the atrium of Grover Center was real conducive to people just kind of typically migrating through there to kind of stop and check things out.
Stone went on to explain the history of this project.
This project has been developed over really probably a 5-year period as we looked for various solutions to the congestion and the conflicts between pedestrians and motorists in the Richland Avenue corridor. And we've looked at a couple different options and ultimately determined this to be the best, most permanent fix to that area.
According to Stone, there are 2 different passageway designs being looked at.
There are 2 aesthetic concepts right now that we've identified for kind of the profile as you're looking at the side of the passageway. One is a kind of a more modern looking with an oval shape as you were to enter the passageway. The other is a kind of a more, kind of fits with the OU Georgian architecture that is common on the Ohio University campus, and that was developed along those lines. In either case, the railing on the top, we're going to match the Oxbow Bridge railing, which has some historic attributes already, because that was a bridge built in 1932, and we saved the railing back when we did that rehab project so we could reuse that historic element of the bridge, and we'll continue that down through this project. So either of the 2 options on the profile will include that kind of railing.
When looking at the plans for the passageway, it appears that the passageway will possibly be partly underground.
So with the grade elevation, and there will be some excavation underneath where this passageway goes through, so it'll be a split between having to go all the way underground for a true tunnel versus this grade separation to where grade comes up for the road deck, and then there will be some sub-grade work that takes place as well. But we really, in going through this, our city engineer Andy Stone, director of engineering and public works, as well as ODOT, has looked at this plan. A lot of people have looked at this plan, and they feel that this is the best solution. But part of this solution is making this feature, this passageway, to where you are essentially directing pedestrians to this passageway to use it. If you notice, where Oxbow Bridge was renovated some years ago, it's got a crash barrier between the sidewalks and the decorative concrete railing that is the original from the bridge itself. And you don't ever see people hopping over that to cross over to get from one side to the other. So that's kind of the plan, is we'll put a nice looking concrete barriers that channelize people to different areas.
Stone says that even though the university will be helping with the project, that this is a city-led project.
So the city will be the owner. We have to, because there's federal funding involved, and the federal funding will flow through us. That said, Ohio University is a partner and a stakeholder. Ohio University will contribute some funds, particularly for aspects of the project that sit outside of the right-of-way for Richland Avenue, like sidewalk reconfiguration and maybe some landscaping. And given that it's primarily OU population, OU students who cross at this location, they have a keen interest in seeing that it goes well, that the alignments are correct. So they are a big partner, and I would say it's as close to a joint project as we're allowed to do with federal funds.
Stone says construction is due to start in 2019.
Construction for the project will be in summer of 2019. We intend to structure the bid such that the contractor is allowed to close the road as soon as spring graduation happens in May, and then has to have it back open and finished before move-in in August.
Stone offered some final thoughts on the project.
We're really excited about this. ODOT saw fit to fund this through Federal Transportation Alternatives money. They'll fund the majority of the project because of the goal of reducing pedestrian and vehicular conflicts. This is probably the most talked about crosswalk in Athens, and lots of people say, when are you going to do something? And here we're doing something, and this hopefully will permanently solve that problem.
The final decisions will be made soon by a commission of city and university officials in cooperation with the contracting company. For more information on this pedestrian improvement project, you can call the Department of Engineering and Public Works at 740-593-7636.